Virendra Sehwag has invested in your business.
Whatever may be the scenario, it's not that say everyone will be successful or failure, because in startup there is nothing called success or failure. It's all learning throughout, correct?
What are the challenges you faced building Getepay and as an entrepreneur?
We came into payments in March 2020. 17 March, I remember the day RBI came with a circular that now everyone will be regulated, and the minimum capital requirement by 31st March 21 was 15 crores. In May, we got a buyer for Getepay.
What was in the mindset? Because you had to start a tech consulting business because you are not a coder. Now you know how to make websites, build apps, build platforms.
So it started.
Welcome to Level Up Podcast Season 2, where our purpose is to help India's youth become smarter and better individuals by sharing successful stories of founders. To help us achieve this purpose, please do subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell below so that we can make more such videos and this video can reach maximum people. So, the finance man, Mr. Prain Sharma, nice to have you on Level Up. Been wonderful. I think we had met at an event, and it was so good moment that we had met. I think we were on the same panel, and wonderful to have chatted with you very briefly then. But I think you had told me one sentence that आप मुझे बहुत अच्छे इंसान लगे हो, मैं आपको ज़रूर मिलूंगा. So here we are. Nice to have you on this show, Level Up, and would love to know about what your journey has been, etc. But tell me before that, how are you doing today? You had a flight from Jaipur, and I'm very grateful to you that you could come from Jaipur and do this with us, even though I know that you're traveling a lot and you have to go now to other 4 cities that you told me back to back. But thank you. Thanks a lot. How are you?
Yeah, so doing great, and I think good to be here and meeting you once again. I think uh, I think that brief meeting was a good connect. I think, and I think I always believe that if you have good vibes with someone, I think you should carry that for a longer period of time. So I think that's how I work, and that's how I have worked in my life. That I think I care for. Positivity. I think if there is something positive, you should stick to that.
Correct. Absolutely. And I think that's what connected to me on that day. And hence, I had called you out, out of the blue, I had called you that Praveen bhai, ye apne ko karne ka, will you be open to come on the show? And it was so lovely to hear that, okay, I can come, we'll just finalize the dates. So thank you once again. And I'm saying it again and again, but I genuinely mean it from the bottom of my heart. Before we understand about what you're doing today, right, and what you've been doing at GetPay, I want to understand about your early days. I understand you have other two businesses. You're from a business family. You're from Jaipur. Of course, the probably a lot of Marwadi and traditional business families are out there. So, would love to understand your backdrop, your early days, your childhood, where did you do your schooling, etc., and then take me back to 20 years back, 15 years back probably.
So I think I started pretty early. I think my first job was at the age of 15. So I come from a business family, traditional business family, who has been into business. But my father also started from a job and then turned into business. Same way, I also started from job to business. And born in Rajasthan, brought up in Kolkata. The schooling and everything happened in Kolkata. My first job was also in Kolkata. I started as a company secretary trainee, but I think 1.5 years after doing that, I realized this is not the work I should be doing, because but though that training has helped me throughout my career of how the companies are run, how the structures have been, that ROC,
The compliance
the
part.
compliance part has always helped. But I think after 1.5 years, I realized that it is a very monotonous work, the same work I have to do, keep on doing with certain modifications every year, year on year. So I think, and technology is by passion. I don't have any degree in technology. I'm MBA finance. Doing sales and technology has been say technology is by passion, and sales is by is in the genes, because I'm a Marwadi. So Marwadi ko maal bechna sikhana nahi padta. So I think that helps. But I think the early days were not that. It's not a straight through. Yeah, we had certain financial problems at a very early stage. So I think had to take care of lot of things. Had to juggle between study and the work together. I've seen days where I had to choose whether I have to have lunch or I have to go by bus. So I've seen those days also. But I think fortunate that yes, the blessings of parents and Sham Baba, I'm here because say a lot of people do hard work, but you need the blessings, you need and I think the upbringing also helps. What values your parents have teached you. I think if you carry those, you'll go a long way. That's what I believe in. That say if you do your work honestly with dedication and work hard, because there is no shortcut to hard work. People say that yes, there are shortcuts, but there are no shortcuts. Hard work you can't beat any day. So you have to do, yes, smart work, smartness you have to put in, but yes, work hard. Yeah, yeah. So today also, I've been working almost 24-25 years now. I still work 17 to 18 hours a day still, and not taken a leave for last 6 years. So I think that's how you have to build your business.
Hmm, interesting. You brought a very interesting point about values, and I see a very deep value of humility in you since the time that we had met that day and even today, right? So this is a very core value, I believe, of an entrepreneur. In fact, of a human being, but I think more as an entrepreneur because you see so much, probably a lot of lows and then a lot of highs also, which can probably take you off the ground sometimes, right? When you've raised funds, when you're meeting top notch people, when you're valued at millions of dollars, doing some good revenues, etc., it can take you off the ground sometime. सॉरी दोस्तों, एक मिनट के लिए मैं आपको ब्रेक दूंगा बिकॉज आई वांट टू लेट यू नो अबाउट समथिंग वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग अबाउट दिस इंस्टीट्यूट वेयर वी हैव शॉट दिस वीडियो. This podcast video is powered by the International School of Finance and Economics and collaboration with Nagindas Khandwala College and an affiliation of University of Mumbai. ISFE proudly stands for being country's first fintech school, and it boasts of its flagship program B.Sc in Finance and Analytics. ISFE integrates core technology and finance skills to meet the rapidly evolving needs of today's industries. So, if you're a student aspiring finance as your career, then do check the link in the description. I'm sure you will get some value from this course. Let's get back to the podcast. But that's a very good ingredient in you that I see is humility. Do you agree to that?
So I feel yes. I think I had mentors. I've seen my mentors. They have been big shots, and I've seen them very humble, very down to earth. Uh, I see my father, who is my biggest mentor. So I see. So one thing he taught me is that कि जो झुकता है वो सीखता है. So I think that was I think on the day when I was going for my first day of my work, he told me this, that if you bend down, you will learn, correct? And the more you learn, because everything can be taken from you. People can take your money, people can take everything, but I think your learning and your confidence, that can't be taken. Yeah, and you can build on and on. I think how many times you fall, if you have the courage to stand up and run again, I think nobody can take that out of. Yeah, so I think the core values are very very important for any entrepreneurship, any work, or even in your family life. Yeah, I think today we find those in a very less numbers, but I think you will see people will start realizing that yes, the values are very very important for long lasting relationships, be it business, be it family relationship, be it your personal life. I think these are very very important aspect in anyone's life.
Hmm. Okay, got it. I think very, very true. Tell me about, so again, going back to pre-Getepay days, right? What were you doing last 15 years? And before you go that also, how old are you now?
I'm 39 now.
You're just 39
Yeah,
and you've
almost.
been working since 25 years, you said.
Yeah, 24 years. I think,
24 years.
as I told,
Wow.
my first job was at the age of 15.
Okay.
My first salary was 2000 rupees.
Wow.
Sold.
What is your salary today?
I don't get any salary now.
Okay,
But yes,
I think I should dig deeper that we are not, I'm not getting any salary right
yeah,
now
yeah.
because
So,
now you are not making salary but making revenues or maybe
yeah, yeah. So I think
and
the,
profits
yeah, so
and stake valuation.
yeah, I think that's the core intent, that yes, the values of the company grows. So I think the more that grows, so I believe in that. Say, instead of uh, thinking that what I am earning, I think as an entrepreneur, I should be thinking what my investors, what my partners, what my people, what my team members are earning. If they are earning, at the end of the day, you will also get out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll get
correct.
a
So
chunk out of it.
yeah, so I think I have not in on even for one single minute I have not thought during this journey that what I am going to get out of it.
Probably hence you've not taken a leave also. That you're in that constant thing that okay, how can I give it back? How can I do better for the people attached with the company rather than for myself?
I'll tell you one thing. Few years back, I'm not naming that person. He invested on Dhanteras.
In Getepay.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. So he transferred the money on Dhanteras. I had asked him that being a Marwadi, I know I
Yeah,
don't
no.
pay a single rupee to anyone on
We receive money
Dhanteras.
on that day and invest in
So
gold.
so he invested. I called him, why you have why you have paid on Dhanteras. So he told me that I have bought gold.
Oh,
So, and that word still after 10 years, it still sounds, it always reminds me that somebody has invested their hard-earned money into me. So I think I have my core responsibility to give it back to them. So I think they have the first right to take it from here. Whatever
has he
we may,
got the
yeah,
exit
yeah,
in a
yeah, yeah,
massive manner
yes,
back?
yes,
How
yes.
much, how many X did he make?
Few X. So as I told,
Few means how many?
yeah.
5X, 10X,
I'll not
50.
name, I'll not go detail into it, but I think those words are very, very important to me, because I think if somebody has invested with, yeah, I think this is a lesson for any entrepreneur, that say whatever may be the scenario, it's not that say everyone will be successful or failure, because in startup there is nothing called success or failure. It's all learning throughout, correct? So, but yes, there will be exits, there will not be exits, there will be losses. The So not all will succeed, or not all will fail. So, but I think the intent should be there, that yes, this is not my money. I have to take care of someone else's money. I'm the guardian for that. I'm the guard who has been placed to take care of that. So if you work with that mindset, I think even if you go wrong, people will appreciate your efforts always. So I think that is very, very important, because at the end of the day, it's not how many X, how much is your valuation or something. I think till you are enjoying what you are doing, I think that is very, very important aspect of it. Whatever the time frame of this journey, I don't know how long this lasts, but I think you should be enjoying what you are doing.
Hmm. And currently you enjoy a lot what you're doing?
If you're working 17, 18 hours, not sleeping, if you're not passionate, if you're not enjoying, you will not be able to work. And I think we all should appreciate one person in this country who does much better than us, and double my age, is Narendra Modi. He not I don't follow any political ideology, but the way he works, the way
The
he,
work ethic.
yeah, the work ethics, the hard work, what he puts in at his age, I'll be very happy and super excited if even at his age, if I am able to do 50% of what he is doing, I think I'll be more than happy to do that. So I think without passion, without if you're not enjoying anything, you should not be doing. say even if you have gone for a movie, if you're not liking it, come out of it. Don't waste your time. Don't look at it. मेरे को 300 रुपये लगा दिया तो मेरे को देखना ही पड़ेगा. Don't do that. Whatever you are doing, even if you are with your family, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, in your relationship, in your personal life, in your work life, you should be enjoying what you are doing.
Got it. So you were doing some other two businesses before Getepay, which is one is a tech company, technology company, and one is a
Yeah, so one is into edtech. Yeah.
okay,
So
it's an
I think, yeah.
education
So
startup.
I think
What is that about, and what is the technology company about?
so I think the technology company was the bread and butter. So because after you left your good job, good paying job, I think you need to do something, correct? Every month you have to give it back to your family, correct? You
Hmm.
have certain responsibilities and things, which I think with that intent I started the technology company where we used to build solutions for banks, fintech companies and tech companies. We used to deliver the solutions as per their requirements. So turnkey projects that we have done. And edtech, I think that's how the journey of Getepay also started. So we started a fee collection platform for the schools, colleges. Today also more than 5,000 plus education institutes are using that platform with 1.5 million students paying through our platform today also. And I think I'll continue that. And yes, and I think out of that, Getipay started in 2019.
Tell me one thing, Praveen, that you were not a techie, you said, right? But you had passion for technology. Uh, how were you like? What was in the mindset? Because you had to start a tech consulting business. It's not simple because you are not a coder. Nor you know how to build, nor you know how to make websites, build apps, build platforms, etc. तो ये आइडिया आया कैसा कि ये वाला रिस्क लेते हैं मतलब कंप्लीट 360 डिग्री टर्न काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग राइट
So it started pretty early. It started when I was into the broking. I was head of a broking house. There I launched
वेयर
the.
वाज इट एंड व्हिच वन
It was in Kolkata. So I had launched the
सो
first
दे आर
one.
रीजनल सम
Yes,
ब्रोकर
yes, yes, yes. So I launched the first trading platform for the Eastern market. At that time, we had Sher Khan, Solan, 5paisa.com, and all those just started. So I think from there, that technology thing came into it. Still today, also, I don't know coding. But I know my work. I know what is required, and yeah, and you are ably supported by the team, correct? So if you have a good team, I have a very good team, very passionate team. So I think whatever we are, it is because of the entire team what we have built in. So
so you try to get an idea about okay this is a company that I can make, this is a problem that you get, there's a problem that people are facing, right? And then you wanted to solve it, but you didn't know how to code, you didn't know how to build the tech. So how did you first find your any co-founder or your first team member? Let's say about the tech consulting company. We've not yet come to Getipay. I'll come to that later. But how did you get that co-founder, or do you have any co-founder first of all, or what did you do? Because you are. This is very interesting because it is, it makes me think that how is someone who is not from that expertise, not from that field, does not have that skill set, वो कैसे बंदा जाके एक अच्छी कंपनी बिल्ड कर देता है वो फील्ड के अंदर
So as I told that say it's the effort, complete effort has to be a team effort, correct? So you need to have the team, correct?
तो वो टीम
So
ढूंढा
finding,
कैसे
yes,
पहले
yes,
आपने
yes, finding.
वो सीड आया फिर व्हाट डिड यू डू
Yeah, so I think while I was working, I had got those people identified,
अच्छा
correct. So whoever is there in the core team today have been working with me at least 10, 15 years, minimum of 10 years together. So they have been there since ages with me. So I think finding the team was not difficult. It was just convincing those people of your vision of yeah, and making it as our vision I think that was the only thing which you have to take care of. Rest all, I think so I think we have our work divided. I take care of the ideation and what is going to be working along, and then you have an execution team which does the execution passionately, and who has the belief that yes, whatever we are doing, it is for us, not for me or I. So I think if that core thing, as I told, that so you have to identify people who are like minded, who think the way you think, correct, and who
Who
rely
can
on you,
execute
yeah, and
and who can execute.
yeah. And I think the most important aspect within the core team is trust, correct. So we may be bashing each other on a daily basis, but I think the core has been that we trust each other, correct. So when we work, if you come to our office and see the way we talk to each other in the meeting rooms, you will see, you will feel that okay, we
गाली गलौज होता है.
yes, yes. So I think pure MCBC model. But at the core, we respect each other, we trust each other. I think that again. So that's how.
It's like a
Yeah, yeah,
cricket team
yeah,
that,
yeah.
again,
Yeah, you have
even,
seen Rohit Sharma, correct?
yeah,
So you have
so he
seen,
is, yeah,
yeah. So I
from
think,
behind the stumps you'll
yeah,
hear him
yeah,
abusing all the
yes, yes,
players,
yes,
and but
yes,
it's all in a friendly, but
yes,
क्योंकि वो
yes.
फील्ड पे वो चाहिए, वो एनर्जी चाहिए, वो एक वाइब चाहिए कि यू
So
हैव टू टेल दैट
yeah, so if
to
you
get the
see my
job done.
CTO, who is there with me almost 15, 16 years now, so I go and say, I can give him a blank checkbook signed, correct. So that's the kind of trust we have with each other, correct. So I think to build up that, it takes years. It takes years of understanding each other, and valuing, and having a belief that whatever decision we are taking and whatever things we are doing for the betterment of each other, betterment of the company, not for individual benefits or things short. And no one is here for short term. Whoever has been around with that long term mindset. Yes, at the end, so they have a belief that at the end of the day, we'll take out something out of this, we'll make something out of this. So I think, and fortunately, it has worked also.
Hmm. Correct. Uh, Tell me, what is the, you've done a job since you had started your career with a job, right, working for someone else, and then you started your own entrepreneurial ventures. What is the difference that you have seen when you were doing a job versus an entrepreneurship? So someone who wants to, who is choosing between the two, what is the difference between a job and an entrepreneurship?
So
Not to make sound that entrepreneurship is very good or something, but
no,
just
no,
very
no.
practical, pragmatic
I'll tell you
differences between the
one
two.
simple answer is, जॉब में एक तारीख आती नहीं थी, और एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में एक तारीख बहुत जल्दी आ जाती है. सो वहाँ एक तारीख का इंतज़ार रहता था, कब सैलरी आएगी, कब सैलरी आएगी, और आते ही चली जाती थी. और यहाँ होता है कि एक तारीख को आपने सैलरी पे करी, इतने में वापस एक तारीख आ जाती है, आपको फिर सैलरी पे करनी है. So I think initial difference was this, but yes, I believe that whoever is an entrepreneur, whoever should start their entrepreneurship journey, they should do job for some period of time. करेक्ट. सो जॉब में आपको 9 बजे की मीटिंग में 8:55 पे कैसे पहुंचना है, वो सिखाया जाता है ना. आप बाई डिफ़ॉल्ट एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप बनेंगे, करते हैं चीज़ें करते हैं. वेरी रेयर पीपल हैव दैट माइंडसेट कि नहीं, उसको मतलब ये वो झुकता नहीं है, एरोगेंस धीरे धीरे बिल्टअप हो जाता है. जॉब में वो आई थिंक वो झुकने का जो है ना, होगा, आपके बॉस ने आपको बुलाया और आप पहुँचे, टाइम पे पहुँचे, चीज़ें करें.
And you learn little bit of professionalism. If you are
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
company, you
The
learn little,
network, the
yeah,
market,
the network.
ये
और कुछ
how to.
capital भी जमा हो जाता है salary
Yes,
से.
yes, yes. So
So
I
that is
think,
also
yeah.
one thing. So what I tell to any of the person who's approaching me with this question is that you should always do a job first, as you rightly said, right? At least you should have a few experience behind your back, purely for these two, three reasons. Number one is that you get to meet good people, network, probably build your community. शायद वो आपकी future team होगी, right? You never know, as you did rightly. Or they could be your customers also if you're doing something else, right? But you meet good people. So one is the network. One is the kind of experience that you garner. Soft skills plus hard skills. आपको बात कैसे करनी है, pitch कैसे करना है, how do you have to dress well, how do you have to communicate well, right? You get to learn all these things. And third is your capital. The salary that you make could be your bootstrap capital for your startup whenever you want to start, right? तो ये तीन चीज़ are very important when you are choosing between the two, कि ये practical decisions है Yeah, a practical thought process है one should have when you are confused between the two also.
No, no. So uh, I think people should strive to do entrepreneurship. I think if you ask anyone, people will not say मैं business करना चाहता हूँ, है ना? You ask any child also, वो बोलेगा मैं डॉक्टर बनना चाहता हूँ, मैं जॉब करना चाहता हूँ, मैं बैंकर बनना चाहता
अभी
हूँ.
शायद थोड़ा
और
चेंज हो रहा है.
ये बट अभी भी मतलब ये है ठीक है मतलब when I started say I was getting a very hefty package. So when I told my family I'll do it, तो द फर्स्ट रिएक्शन वाज वाई, क्यों चाहिए, सब कुछ सही चल रहा है, चीज़ें चल रही है. आई वॉज जस्ट 26-27 years. तो कुछ मतलब इतना वो नहीं था कि हाँ ठीक है क्यों करना, वाई टू टेक रिस्क, एंड बिजनेस हैज़ रिस्क, करेक्ट. सो रिस्क हैज़ रिवॉर्ड. सो बट आई थिंक the idea should be that people should strive to do entrepreneurship. I think the best thing I like about entrepreneurship is that say I'm being able to give work to almost 300 people. I think 300 people, 300 families are dependent on it. So I think that is a very important aspect, and that gives you more responsibility. That thought process also, that you can't do anything wrong because those 300 families are dependent on you.
I think in a job, one is selfish because वो खुद के promotion, खुद का bonus, खुद की salary इसके बारे में सोचता है. As an entrepreneur, you become more selfless. You're thinking about, as you said, about your 300 people, about your 100 people, even 30 people. तीन भी जन है, you're thinking about them. You're thinking about 300, whoever it is. So I think that's a very important, at least one difference which I've seen between these two category of people.
Yeah, so I think job में yes, you can't think about others,
Yeah, you
correct?
will not think about much about it.
Whatever you are getting, you will take it home, correct? You will not distribute to anyone
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
That's given. So
And
I
you'll
think
fight for that. Like there will be
and
politics,
yeah,
there'll be everything
yes,
to
yes,
get
yes,
that thing done.
yeah. But I think I'll so you raise the word politics. So I think people should stay away from politics. I think even during their job, and yeah, I think it is good to be striving for themselves, working for themselves. But I think there also you should be able to make that team kind of I think if you're able to do that, you're going to get good teammates, and good relationship can be built up. And I think that's what I have I'm been fortunate that I got good people around at the early stage of my career, and I'm been able to carry those relationship, and whatever I'm today, even in my entrepreneurship journey, those relationship has helped big time, correct. So because when you go to the market, people were there to support you because of your relationship in your working days. I think when you go out of your area or out of the box, and you go and help someone, support them during those days, people remember those, correct, and then they also want to give it back to you in multipliers. So I think in job also people should be selfless. I think if you have that mindset, maybe you might be losing 5-10% of your salary, less performance, promotions or something. But I think those relationship or whatever you are carrying, those will be long lasting. And when you start your entrepreneurship journey, or you do something of your own, I think that those networks, those relationship will always help, because people need those, correct. So entrepreneurship is not straight through. It is not from day one. You will not be able to make until unless you are selling something which is monopoly. You will need support from people at a very early
Have
stage.
you seen Rocket Singh, Salesman of the Year?
Yeah, I've seen that.
So
I
उसमें एक
like that
डायलॉग
movie.
है, I love that movie. उसमें एक डायलॉग है, बिजनेस लोग है.
Yes,
So
yes.
that one small sentence, it just
Yeah,
summarizes the
yeah,
entire
yeah,
thing. I
yeah.
think
So
there's nothing other than
it's all
people.
about people. I think even so, whatever your journey is, whether it is job or entrepreneurship, keep meeting people, keep touching them, yeah, you never know who will help, and don't even meet them or connect with them just for seeking support or thinking that they will help some way.
Yeah, yeah,
Be selfless, and
yeah.
Almighty will give you back in
Correct.
multipliers.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. Let's come to Getapay. So, as you said, कि you are the idea generator in your group of people or your close circle, right? तो ये Getapay का idea कैसे आया? और and like so, what were you, because you were already successfully probably running two companies, and then ऐसा probably it was not necessary for you to get into a third business. I'm assuming that. Correct me if I'm wrong. So what happened that you got this idea of Getepay that okay, ऐसा कुछ कर सकते हैं, ऐसा कुछ सोच सकते हैं. ये सीड कहाँ से आया?
So I think payments started. I think in 2008 I came into payments. I was head of a payment gateway company before starting this. Uh, when I left in
Which
2012,
one, if I may ask?
so it's entity data payments. So previously it was Atom Technologies. So I was part of that, and then I think in 2012 I left that. Did some consultancies in between. 2013 I started. 2014 I launched my edtech company, where we were giving solutions to a lot of people yeah, working with them. And then I think and we were working predominantly with the payments companies. And from there I thought, actually say we are working with them but with no meat to us, correct? So not much revenue to us, we were overly dependent on them. And in 2019 we thought, let's have our own payments platform also. So it's not a switchover, it's a upgradation to the first idea, that we have our own payment systems and own technology, own platform, not dependent on people. Now, like if I want to make a merchant live now, I can do it, correct? So we are not dependent on anyone, we are just dependent on.
Just if you can, before you proceed ahead, just can you explain what is a merchant in simple
So,
language?
a merchant is a business, correct? So, anyone who wants to collect, correct? So be it a grocery store, be it a school, be it a water park, be it could be any business
A
who
small
wants to,
kirana store
yeah,
and
small kirana stores, any business who wants to do collections is a merchant for us. For us, so merchant is a business, correct? So, business outlet who wants to use our services for doing payments or collecting payments on from their customers. So I think that's how yeah. So that's how the idea started of Getepay. And in 2019 we did our certification, and 2020 Jan 2020 we launched our platform with a bank. And I think today we work with more than 150 plus banks providing the services. So I think the idea is the upgradation of the earlier idea, it's not the replacement of it.
can you explain in more simple language what is Getepay and what do you guys exactly do? When you say that you have onboarded 1.5 million merchants, if I'm not wrong, over that, and you have 150 bank partners, what do you guys do? What is Getepay all about?
So we are in a simple language, we are a payments platform. Like you see, you want to scan a
Is it a
QR.
payment gateway?
It's a payment gateway where we provide all set of payment services, offline payments, online payments, where somebody can integrate our platform to their websites, to their platforms, and start collecting. Someone can put us QR or soundbox to get collections from their customers. We are launching POS also very soon in the upcoming months. So we will be a complete payment offering to merchants. And plus we value add our services, like for certain businesses we provide not only the platform, the payments platform, but bundle with certain other business requirements also. Like someone wants to do billing, someone wants to manage the different aspects of their payment. Yeah, for example, a grocery shop or a fashion store wants to launch their own website, they can do it from our app instantly. So I think that's what we have been building, that instead of vanilla payment platform, we are trying to build up provide a complete solution to the business.
So someone like a Bharat Pay or a Phone Pay or a Google Pay is there.
We
So
are not a
they are
competitor to anyone. So
so they are just doing payment gateway.
I think everyone is working in different silos, different ways of offering, correct? So somebody has gone into the market with UPI, QR, or Soundbox like Paytms on the phone pays of the world. They someone like Razorpay or someone, they have been the market leader in the PG space of it. So we have been working in a very different space, working slowly with the merchants on both the solutions, bundled together and bundle with our solutions. So the vast services we call. So I think that's how we have been a differentiator in the market. People say payments is a very crowded market, but I don't believe in that. I feel that Indian digital payment has just started. Long way to go from here. Everyone has their space. Everyone has their market. So we don't compete with anyone. And frankly speaking, I even don't look at what others are giving and what others are offering. I even don't want to compare also us to anyone. Correct. So frankly speaking, I want to focus on what my merchants require, and if I'm able to deliver to them, I'm very happy with that.
Correct. Let's take an example. I want to try to break this model down, right? Let's say if I'm a merchant, I run a grocery store. You are coming from Getepay. What do you tell me? And what is it? What are the services that you will say? What are the services that you will provide to me? For example, that you said, right? कि if you want to build a website, तो आप मेरे platform से कर लो. आपको payment के लिए QR लगाना है, shop पे QR लगा लो, right? Can you list down कि अच्छा आप मेरे पास अगर आओगे तो आप मुझे क्या क्या दोगे? That's number one. And also, let's try to break it in terms of an example. The kind of how does the model, the revenue model work, right? How do you guys make money? We don't need to get into real figures, but just 100 रुपए है तो 100 रुपए का अगर कुछ माल लिया या जो भी है तो what is the thing? How do you guys make money? Tell me in terms of random numbers and percentages. A range would also work.
So, say when we approach the merchant via our partners or directly, so we try to understand what their exact requirement is. Correct. So certain merchants would be very happy with an offline payments. Correct. A normal grocery shop will say मेरे को QR दे दो, साउंड बॉक्स दे दो, उसमें आवाज़ आना चाहिए, ट्रांजैक्शंस आता है, मेरे को टाइमली सेटलमेंट आता है. आई एम वेरी हैप्पी विथ इट. Correct. Then there is a fashion store or a shoe store who wants to do not only the vanilla payments, they want to have a integrated website, they want to have the payments coming from the website also, somebody coming to their website buying the stuff, they want to deliver that part also.
पर वो website पे I can list the products and everything
Yes,
or
yes,
what?
instantly you
Okay.
can do that. You can
Okay.
manage from the app
So
and
a
do it.
customer can just come and purchase it as he does on
Yes,
Amazon or
yes,
any
yes,
other
yes,
website.
yes. So we are powering them to go D2C model. So direct to customers
Correct.
they can do. So I think
That's a very big value add other than, just a
yeah,
pure
so yeah,
payments.
so it depends on the merchant, correct? So certain merchants will use, say, so we don't push the merchant that you use this, okay? We have never done that. So we don't call the merchants also that you use this, you use this, you use this. Rather, we want him. We have given them the options. You use whatever you want to use it, correct? And as of now, we don't charge for this basis the services. We our charges are very simple, and UPI, you know that today it is free, absolutely free. So we don't make any money out of UPI transactions, and which is 90% of the transactions today. So we don't make money out of it. And despite that, we are profitable company as of October 24. We have never posted a loss-making balance sheet. All our balance sheets have been in green. So that gives us despite not pushing the customer, not trying to say our people doesn't have any cross-selling targets, and yeah, they will not go and miss-sell, they will not go and go oversell. So I think that is very very important, that the customer is free, that he's not getting calls at 8 o'clock in the night that sir आपने ये service use किया, आप ये use करिए, and आपको ये charge होगा ये, because then there is a target to the salesperson, correct? So we have not put it across those models. We have a lot of people ask us, why don't you do that? There is a lot of inactive base who are not using certain services or may not be using also, despite taking our services. But we don't do that. We because we think that if the merchant wants to use it, he will use it. He has everything in his hand. Everything is on his merchant app, on his web portal. We have given everything. If he wants to understand anything, he'll call us. We'll make him understand, rather than pushing and mis-selling or cross-selling or upselling or overselling. So I think it is let the merchant decide and use the services.
But don't you think merchant kind of an audience who might not be, highly educated for that matter, or they require that some little kind of push because they are also occupied in their day-to-day work. They might not have the knowledge to see the platform or how to use it or how to, let's say, build a website through your platform. So there would be requirement of some kind of pushing, which probably the other competitors would be doing, if I'm not wrong.
So as I told, that everyone has their own model of doing it. We instead of pushing, yes, we have channels to let them know these are the services which are available without human intervention, so that and automated platform doesn't have sales targets. So I think I firmly believe that when you push people and trap them into certain things which they don't want to do it, they will end up either going away from us, or we will lose that customer because of our person doing overselling or upselling. So I think we communicate to people that what all is available through proper channels, and if they are interested, they'll come back to us. We'll make them understand. We have training programs. We train people. We let them know how they want to use
So you
it.
all
And
train the merchants.
yeah. So all those things are available, but I think as of now, I feel that, say, there's a huge base, huge market to tap, and I think there is no require. I think whoever is not greedy will end up making good business out of it in the next year. Payment is not a it's not a it's not a it's not a 1+1 11 का business नहीं है. It is 1+1 2 ही होता है यहाँ पे. So you and it grows organically. You can't grow it faster. You can't put in more people, more money, and you go haywire and start losing money. I think at the end of the day, payment is a regulated business, and the regulator is behind you to support and guide you also to the right
To
path. And yeah.
scold,
So
whip you also when you go
yeah,
wrong.
so I think that is also good sometimes, because I think it is good that you don't go wrong into it. So I think being into the regulated business, you have certain responsibilities also towards your merchant, your services, your things. So I think you should be and we should be taking care of that.
Hmm. Any example of, so one you said is the payment part, right? Second is building a website. Third is
So third is we have certain say different businesses. We cater to 10 to 12 categories. Like when we go to education institute, we give a complete platform. When we go to housing society, we give a complete
when you say
platform.
a complete platform
It's
means
a complete ERP, like say,
ERP.
yeah,
Okay.
it's a complete ERP which we offer
So you
to
can get, let's say, the complete student data, the leads coming
yes,
in,
yes,
and then
yes,
how you all are
yes,
nurturing, how the school
yes.
is
Right from the
nurturing them,
entry to the exit of the child, it's taken care.
and the accounting software, everything. So
Everything,
everything
everything.
can be
Yeah.
taken
So
care.
we have never gone into accounting part of it
Okay.
till our payments. Yeah, accounting, I think tallies of the world are there, and I think no, you are CA, you yourself know that how it's you're into the finance side of it. So tally is the undisputed market
King.
leader into it. So till the CAs are alive, I think tally will continue doing that, and it's a wonderful model. Without the sales team, they have been able to touch such height just because of their product and
CAs
support.
and
Yeah,
before because of
yeah.
the CAs.
Yeah. So I
Mm.
think we don't want to go into that, but yes, out of other than that, we want to build up solutions for the businesses. We continue doing it, and in the next 12 months, we have certain exciting products coming into it, which will be more towards the business development of the merchant and the businesses who can not only take.
For example, can you list some?
So I'll not list the features. I'll tell you. So our focus is that, say, in and around payments, there are business requirements, correct? So the automation of the business, how they can automate their business, how they can automate their processes, how they can run the business smoothly, even if with a simple feature, if I can add and give it to them, bundle with my solution, I think then I'll be able to retain more customers.
Hmm. So these are more subscription based business.
As of now, we don't charge on any of the platforms or any additional fees on the platforms. We give it, I think, whatever revenue we get from payments, that is the revenue we have. But yes, down the line, we are building certain services, certain things will be
Value
free.
add.
Yeah, certain things will be free. Certain will charge a nominal fees. So we don't want to charge a hefty amount from one single customer. Rather, I want to have 100 customers paying for one customer who from whom I can make a
Yeah,
hefty
rather you
amount
have
of.
100 customers paying that three,
Yeah.
4 rupees, or you
Yeah.
have, just three customers who are paying that, or one customer is paying 3 rupees.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
So
okay,
I
got
think
it.
that is the idea, that you split it over the numbers, and yeah, and built up. I think the idea for the next 2 years is first built up to the next level, and then think of what yeah. And I think till our bottom line is taken care, I think I'm not concerned that whether I'm charging high or not. So I think that's how we have been slowly building up, and slowly we are coming into the market also.
Hmm. Wonderful. Um, what are the challenges you faced building Getipay and as an entrepreneur? I know you have a team also that supports you, a core top management team also that supports you. But as an entrepreneur, of course, sometimes you feel it's a lonely journey, right? But what are the challenges that you have gone through? In whether it's onboarding new customers, whether it's in the product development, technology, fundraising, whatever, right? Just give us a very good प्रॉपर एग्जाम्पल दैट ये सिचुएशन हुआ था ऐसा और ये चैलेंज ऐसे फेस हुआ था विच वॉज इट वॉज अ डिफिकल्ट टाइम probably that was a most difficult time for you in your entrepreneurial journey. It could be Getipay, it could be the other two ventures also, but for you at a personal level.
So, challenges is on a daily
It's
basis,
on a
correct?
daily basis,
So,
but give me that good one example
as
जिससे
an
एक
enter
अच्छे तरह से सीखने को मिले.
as an entrepreneur, every day you will get up, you will have challenges. You have to face it out. You have to try to solve it. Some you will be able to solve. Some you may have to leave it. Correct? You can't do it, and move ahead with that. So, but I'll give you a very very important example, which could have been a do or die for Getipay. So in 2020, RBI came with a regulation, March 2020. We just started our business. We came into payments in March 2020. 17 March, I remember the day RBI came with a circular that now everyone will be regulated. And the minimum capital requirement by 31st March 21 was 15 crores.
Okay.
Okay, and in the next 2 years
The
you have,
net worth, उनका जो
yeah, the
net
net
worth
worth,
criteria होता है.
and you have to, and in the next 2 years you have to go to 25 crores. Correct. We just started, and the good thing I'll say, COVID came. So after 10 days we had COVID. We had the complete shutdown and everything. You can't expand, you can't do anything, correct? You can't do much about it. So and you have to raise 15 crores during that period of time when people were not, forget about investment, they were even struggling
Meet their own
to
needs.
be meet their own needs. And yeah, so I think that one. And I'll tell in May, while we were thinking of how we'll do it, and yeah, in May we got a buyer for Getipay. So he was giving us 3 crores at that time. Okay, 3 crores was big during COVID period time. 3 crores we were thinking of. We got, okay, we can take it. My CTO, he told हम बेचेंगे नहीं. Think of. And he has he's less than 10% in the company, just 1 or 2%, and he comes and says me हम नहीं बेचेंगे. So with authority he told me हम नहीं बेचेंगे, we'll go ahead with it. That day I thought कि यार मार्च है, कर लेंगे जैसे भी है. Then
मैंने अभी सिर्फ प्रोडक्ट ही बना था पर वो
product,
लाइव
and
नहीं हुआ
we
था
few
बिकॉज ऑफ
few
द
few
सेबी
merchants, no,
रेगुलेशन.
few merchants, few customers not making that great revenue, few lakhs in a month
बट
we
दैट
were.
15 crore प्रॉब्लम वाज सॉल्व्ड.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. So then I went to my mentor, Mahavir Pratap Sharma. He's my mentor. So I met him. I told him about this, and he told, okay, don't worry, we'll do it. March 21 is too far. We can do it together. We
दिस
can do
वाज
it.
व्हेन मतलब.
This was in May 2020.
ओके May 2020. ओके.
Okay, and my first startup education, nobody was using because of COVID, schools, colleges. So I was idle at home, not doing much. Only so Getipay was the only option because digital payments was growing at that time. So I think slowly we built up the business. We got few of our banks live during that period of time. Digital payment, thanks to the so COVID is a blessing for digital payments for companies like us. The business grew, and yeah, and eventually on 31st March, the last day, of the deadline, uh, I will say the last hour of the deadline, we were able to meet the net worth requirement.
कैसे
So
हुआ ये?
so few people invested who never met me before. I met them on 31st March only.
Oh my God.
Okay, and so I think it's not less than any miracle for me. When I end my journey in the entrepreneurship, I'll write one chapter on this
एक बुक में.
where I think the entire chapter, if I tell you in detail, it will be few hours. So,
Please, you tell us synopsis of it.
no, no, but
I'm
I think people trusted on the last day without meeting you, and with that trust, they invested, and we got that net worth through, and that's why we are standing here.
कैसे हुआ?
Uh,
मतलब who are these people
so it was
from some?
around so few people who have been working with me, of yeah, who retired from, and yeah, has worked me the entire. As I told, what I've built is relationship over the years. I think those relationship has
So
helped.
they tried to connect you to someone, or
Yes,
they
yes, they
invested
invested, they
themselves.
themselves
But you did
invested.
a call with most of these people on 31st itself.
No, no, no. Few people have been. I think I called hundred of people. Okay, most of them rejected. They नहीं नहीं हो पाएगा. It's too big, and yeah, people told no, don't go into this line. This is
Too competitive,
too
ये वो.
competitive. It's big boys play only. I think this is not for smaller players, and yeah, and you are struggling to get 15 crores. Then how will you invest into business? And yeah. So I think I used to hear them out and move on. And I think we got few deals which we rejected also during this period. We could have done in December, January, but I think as I told that say uh, few of the people who were there together as mentors, and yeah, they guided, no, we'll not give it so cheap, or yeah, people wanted to use us also during that period time. They wanted to take bigger stakes, bigger percentages into the
Yeah,
company. So I think those kind of people
be a
also we
shark.
so we didn't give it to them, despite we knew at the end that say if say we used to with every deal like this, when we used to reject, we used to come out and feel like गलत तो नहीं कर दिया, because time was running out. Okay, January, then Feb, and yeah, we used to meet in every day or every alternative day, discuss about it, कैसे होगा. And yeah, on 29th I told I drafted an email also to all my bankers, partners, and yeah, that from first we will not be there into the business. But I think it happened, and it happened with good people, and I will always remember those people in my life who did that to us, and whatever it takes to give it back to them, I'll do my best. I cannot guarantee, because startup you can't guarantee, you can't, yeah, but I'll try my best to give it back to them.
Hmm. So they were your seed investors at that
They
point
were
in time.
everything. I'll not tell them seed or angel or anything. They are everything about this company. They have been there since ages, and
So they are still there in the
yeah,
company, most of them.
I would want them to be there till the last, till we decide that what. Yeah. So I feel the companies should not be built to exit. I think the businesses should be built to last for long, for the longest period of time, because that's yeah. If you think,
Yeah, yeah.
if you see Tata's, Reliance, they have not built business to exit,
Exit.
correct? They have built businesses to run the businesses,
Hmm.
and I
Yeah, you
think
might have investors, but it is
yeah,
not
yeah,
just to exit कि भाई founder
yeah.
निकल जाए, valuation लेके और चला जाए.
So I don't look into the valuations or something. I want to run my business, profitable business, so that I'm not dependent on anyone, and run this business for as long as we can, and take it to the next level.
Hmm. Very good. Uh, you have a team of 300, I think you said, right? 300 plus. Yeah. So, what are the kind of, things that you see when you are hiring new people, when you are talking to your team? What is the kind of qualities that you see in your people that you want to hire? And do you actively, do you hire, or is it someone else who takes care of the team building process, etc.?
So core team, as I told, that came directly in touch. We have been in touch, and we, so and in terms of hiring, I think since day one, 70-80% of the people have been freshers. It was their first job, correct? So sometimes I call, we run Getepay University. People come, get trained, and then they move on. So at the initial stage, we used to feel very bad about it because we used to get emotionally connected to people. When they used to leave, we used to feel
Oh, that is, yeah,
yeah, we used to
that
drained
hurts.
out, and we used to feel यार
कि
इतना
इनको
सब
इतना
किया,
ट्रेन किया, इतना
इतना सिखाया, फिर अचानक ये चले गया. And ये I've seen people even resigned on SMS. People have resigned on without coming to ये. So initially it used to hurt, correct? But I think now we are used to it. We feel that yes,
it's a
I
part
think
and parcel.
part and parcel of it. People who are there for you, who understand the vision, who have that mindset long term, they will continue. We have people who have been working 5 years, 6 years, 10 years now, correct? So though that has happened because they understand. Yeah, so you will hire 100 people, 5, 10 will understand you, 80, 90 will treat this as a job. They will keep on moving. So no hard feelings with that, because I personally feel that I also started. I was into job, then I went into entrepreneurship. I
Yeah,
left
you
the
had
job.
also left one day.
Left one day, correct? So people will leave, correct? So but I think only thing I feel is that, say, people should leave with a good note, so that I think you have a long relationship, I think, correct, with those people also. And one thing I've always ensured, that people, even after leaving, when they come back to office, meet us, and yeah, there should not be any restriction, there should not be any negativity कि ये चले गया, ये हो गया. I wish them, I'm very happy when I see people leaving and reaching new heights, and touching new heights in their career. I feel very good that yes, they were part of, we were their initial trainers. They have come to us, and then they got trained, and then now they're reaching good heights. And I think that's a good thing. And I think that is the values which we have created. People say about us that, अरे देखो सर, जो भी यहाँ से जाता है उसको अच्छा मिलता है. तो मैं बोलता हूँ, हाँ, अच्छी बात है ना, कि जो यहाँ पे काम सीख रहा है उसको अच्छा मिल रहा है. इट्स गुड. सो आई
फिर
थिंक इट.
वापस शायद 5 साल के बाद वापस आ जाएंगे.
नहीं आए, नहीं आए. Yeah, yes, we
हाँ,
we had examples. People came back, yeah, and we didn't had any regret, any
bad
with
blood.
yeah, bad blood. It's open. If there is an opportunity, and people can come back anytime, I think I don't feel bad about it. I value that. Yes, people. Yeah, and I'll be very happy that if I see that down the line, 10 years, people who has worked with us, 10, 20, 30 people, go on and create their own entrepreneurship journey. They give jobs to people, and I
Yeah, it's
see
always
them.
good to see that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think people should succeed, and I think I can go head high and say that, okay, यार ये मेरे यहाँ काम करता था. So I think that's a very good feeling. Yeah. So I feel very good about that. Yeah. Initially थोड़ा सा hurt होता था, because those were, because we used
Initial
to,
days होता है अभी.
because say those days we were only 15, 20, 30 people. We used to
और
work
उसमें भी
on
दो
the same
एक दो
room,
जन निकल गए
same
तो
floor, same room. We used to work together, and ये we used to get emotionally connected, because सारा दिन वहीं साथ में बैठ के खाते थे, वहीं बैठते थे, वहीं काम करते थे. वो एक इमोशनल कनेक्ट हो जाता है, because they were not employees, correct? So I hate the word employees. I don't try to
use
use
it.
that
Yeah.
also. I want to use it as teammates only. So
Even I use colleagues. I
या
never call
या या
employees.
या सो आई थिंक साथ में काम करते थे, तो एक वो इमोशनली आप किसी के साथ भी साथ में काम करोगे तो कनेक्ट हो जाता है. सो आई थिंक दैट ये, बट I think other than that, I'm very happy that people who have left us have been very successful.
What are the top quality that you see while hiring?
I say if some, I think I personally, when I take the interview, I see what is the say the,
Fresher की बात करते हैं.
I'm talking about a
हाँ,
fresher
majorly
only, because
freshers.
fresher you can't have any other experiences or
Yeah.
anything, correct? So say first it is like a नारियल. तोड़ने के बाद ही पता चलेगा कि वो अच्छा है. ये है. सो शादी, नारियल और नौकरी और वो आपको तोड़ने के बाद ही पता चलता है कि वो कैसे निकलेगा, क्या होगा. But yes, gut feeling is that, say, we try to see if they are flexible, towards the work and ये because say I hate one question जब मेरे को सबसे important सबसे ये होता है वो सामने वाला ये पूछता है सर यहाँ working hours कितने के हैं 5 days working है या 6 days
Oh
working
shit, that's same with me when I hate that question.
so I
ये तो
it's not
हमारी
that say I
हमारे
want
हमारी एचआर ने ऐसी पॉलिसी लाई है एटलीस्ट एट आवर कंपनी दैट लेट्स मेक इट 5.5 days because that's been the norm. I was like strictly against it. We cannot do. मैंने 5.5 नहीं लिया 6 दिन तो 6 दिन सैटरडे को भी काम किया है
yeah,
एज अ
so
जॉब ऑल्सो एंड
हाँ
आर्टिकलशिप
so
ऑल्सो.
in my job journey I've never my boss never asked me to come on Saturdays and Sundays. I have gone on my own. I was not working for someone else. I was working for myself. I had to grow. If I have to grow, I have to work, correct? So yes, I want my people should have good family life. They
Yeah,
should leave on
absolutely.
time. We should complete the work on time. But say in today's world, say there are, and we are into a doctor's business. Payment is a doctor's business. You can have emergencies at any point of time. See, think of a student making a payment on the last day, and the payment got stuck. Think of a hospital. Someone is going through a surgery and making payments, and his payment gets stuck, or someone has to get discharged and he's not able to make payments. So we are liable to support them
Yeah,
at
too. Yeah,
even odd hours. So
absolutely.
if there is such a need, you need to be available. You can't say that I'm not available. I'm beyond my working hours. Correct. A doctor at 2 o'clock night also cannot say that I'm off duty. Correct. So in payments also we can't say we are off duty. We should be available. Yes, but so we have to be flexible. So I think this is one, and third, which I always see is the eagerness to learn. People
That
should be
hunger to
humble.
learn.
Humble. They should be from a humble background. Needy. That need, because when you have that hunger in your belly, you will be able to do work. Correct. So आप काम सीखोगे, आप काम करोगे, because आपको खुद को कहीं पहुंचना है. So I think when I meet at the initial stage, few days, try to meet people, understand what they are doing, yeah, and if I see that, so I don't believe in that कि इसको 5 साल का experience है, इसको 5 दिन का है. I have people who are running a team who have been just 5 months in the organization, and they're leading people who have been there in with us for 5 years. So it can change at any point of time. And don't believe in hierarchies basis the experience. I believe the hierarchy basis the work deliverables people can do and what the mindset is.
Got it. Got it. You've operated these businesses out of non-metro cities, predominantly Jaipur. Am I right? What is the difference that you see between an entrepreneur starting out of non-metro, let's say a tier one or a tier two, like a Jaipur or some other city, Indore, Ahmedabad, Surat, or vis-a-vis a metro city like Mumbai, um, Delhi, Bangalore, etc. And what have been your challenges also, or the positives that you have found in by while building the business out of Jaipur?
So the challenge is there because when I went to Jaipur back from Mumbai, I was in Mumbai. I went to Jaipur back. So Jaipur at that
While
time was
starting
while
Getepay.
starting in 2013, 14. So when I went to get a lease line from BSNL, they told ये होता क्या है? So I think that's how that's the yeah. So I think we had to make people understand that what are the infrastructure requirements. Getting people was not that easy because the kind of people you get immediately in Gurgaon or a Mumbai or a Bangalore, it was not easy to get that kind of people. So I think to get the infrastructure, to get the team is a challenge. But I think now things are changing because people want to go back to their own cities and work. Post COVID era, I think you can start a company from anywhere down the last village of the country. You can start a business if provided if there is connectivity, which is also
Mobile, laptop, and Wi-Fi.
yeah. If you have that, you can start companies. You can start the work from anywhere. So I think that's not a challenge now, but yes, initial days it was a challenge. The advantage has been the cost effectiveness because we have our own offices, infrastructure, office buildings in Jaipur. I can't think of that in Mumbai, correct? So that's kind of impossible.
Yeah, there you
And
can make a whole building. Here you will hardly get
yeah,
1,000 square feet.
yeah. So and that also on a rental model. There I own that. So I think that is advantage. Cost is an advantage, and I think by now I would have burned at least 2 3 businesses in Mumbai had I been in Mumbai or some metro cities, because of the cost. Yeah. So
Even the talent cost.
yeah, even the talent cost, I think that helps. So you have
It keeps your cost contained.
so there are pros and cons to it. I think if you use it to your advantage, I think you can work from anywhere. It's not metros or non-metro. I think this in the next few years this will be just words, metro city and non-metro city. I think we will start talking about metro villages or non-metro villages. I think we will start looking at those
Cities
rather
and
than
villages only.
yeah. So I think cities will be cities. I think you will have urban villages and rural villages. I think that should be the categories which will be in the next few years. So I think cities, everyone is. I think non-metros are also fastly competing with the. You see the startup ecosystem in Rajasthan now because of iStart, Rajasthan, DYT initiatives, Thai Rajasthan is doing
Yeah, it's
great
come up
work.
very well. Yeah.
Yeah. So Rajasthan Angels, Thai Angels. So they're doing a wonderful job in the ecosystem. So providing land, labor, and people to and money to the startups. I think even the Rajasthan government is doing a wonderful work.
Hmm. Interesting. Uh, can you give us an example of a customer or a merchant or someone who was some so with your product, with your software, with your application, that it has been a huge benefit to their business, to their growth basically. And with any particular, like, a proper example, a grocery store one, he was doing X business, but now because of this platform he's being able to do Y, and so something like that.
I will not name the bank. I will give you a very small example. Very small example. There was a hawker, a street vendor who used to sell books, newspapers, and he
Where?
was in Kolkata.
Okay.
He used to maintain a balance of 1,000 rupees with that bank uh, prior using our solution. Then today he maintains a balance of approximately 25,000 with that particular bank because of using our platform, and he's doing transactions smoothly. He's getting the payment settlements on time, and yeah. So I think this is the best example I can give where the business has grown for that particular person. He is able to
25x.
25x. So yeah. So I think that's what I look into it. I don't look into it. Say people will come, will leave. Correct. So there are options available, and yeah, I think we try to work on that as much as time the business is there with us. We should be able to give them the services, the best of the services, and within our possibilities, what we can give. I think that should be the focus. And if the businesses are growing and if they are able to use the platform effectively and grow their business, and I think that's the idea. Correct.
Hmm. Got it. Got it. Uh, so Virendra Sehwag has invested in your business, right? I think he's come recently, if I'm not wrong. How did you guys manage to get him? What was the conviction that he had that, okay, this is a business that I want to invest in? Because as far as I know, he's very selective in the businesses that he starts or invests or whatever, right? But he's a very, of course, a legend of Indian cricket, right? And served the country, etc. How did you guys approach him? How did you guys meet him? What made him convinced कि अच्छा इसमें मैं डाल सकता हूँ XYZ money?
So, so the discussion happened with Mahavir sir. So, one day he came and told me that that can we have a celebrity? Yeah, do you need a celebrity? First of all, he asked me. Told I don't need a celebrity, but a cricketer will help. So we wanted certain voices on our platform, and we needed someone who has a good uh, uh, so that Bharat kind of feeling was required, correct?
थोड़ा
So
niche voice
yeah,
होगा
so
sir.
niche and yeah, so
It
then he
should
told
not be
me,
like a
no,
Shah Rukh Khan or
yeah,
Amitabh Bachchan जो
yeah,
सब
we
जगह
can't
है.
afford Shah Rukh Khan and Amitabh
पर जो
Bachchan.
शायद सब जगह है ना, they are
Yeah,
very
yeah,
ultra
there,
popular to
yes,
be like,
yes, yes.
it's.
So then Mahavir sir told me that he has invested together in some startups. Yeah. So he was in touch, and then he told me, "Can you tell me?" I told, "Yes, it will be great if we can get him on board." Yeah. So then he also understood our product, and yeah, we are the first fintech where he had invested. And yeah, and when I met him first time, it was like, yes, I want this person on yeah, because it was very clear. Even when he was shooting, when he shooted for us, we came on. We did a shooting together for Brands of Tomorrow in on Hotstar. You can watch episode number 10, which is about Getepay season 2. So when we shot with him, he was very humble, and he wanted to do it perfectly, because despite not knowing the jargons of payments, not knowing about payments, but he had that feeling when we explained him that we are building up for Bharat, we are trying to build up the solutions, and we want to help. And more than the money, our idea is to go and create that financial inclusion and fulfill the vision of digital India. So he was very happy with that, and I think that made him invest with us and work with us. So I think and he has been very helpful, and he is very open. He has gone out of the contract and helped us in more ways than whatever is mentioned.
Wow.
I think that again
Any
says.
example that you would like to give?
So, for example, if we had agreed for X hours, he has given X plus hours of his giving. Sure. So whatever time he can give to us, he's trying to give. And every time we have gone back to him, he has not said no. So I think that says a lot about it, and we are really humbled that he has done that at the very early stage of yeah, because as a startup, as initially you will not be able to write all things into a contractual
Yeah,
way,
yeah, yeah.
correct? So you would need certain things out of the
Yeah,
box
you need
also.
certain flexibility and
Yes,
out of the
yes, and
box
he
stuff.
has been very flexible, and we are really grateful that we have him on our board.
Hmm. Very good. You've raised capital also from marquee investors, right? Funds and angel investors, HNIs, Virendra Sehwag again. What have been your, perspectives on, raising funds as a startup? And as you said before we started going live, that you were always profitable. So it was never a requirement per se that you were dying without capital or you didn't have that capital तो company बंद हो जाएगी तो ऐसा situation नहीं था. What made you raise capital and what were the kind of challenges or situations that you faced, any questions that came across कि you were not aware कि अच्छा भाई मैं क्या करूँ fundraising के लिए. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so fundraising is a learning activity, correct? You don't know what the investors will ask, correct? So every time we go pitch to the investors, today also we keep on learning new things, and you go back to the board, you do certain things, go back to the new investor or go back to the same investor and try to answer what is there. But yes, I don't want to build up a very capital hungry model, but yes, capital is needed to expand. You need like now we want to expand to the international market. We want to build up our next level of technologies. We want to hire a bigger team to support the current growth and things. You would require working capitals, correct? So you need capital. So capital is necessary for any business to grow, correct? So you either you reinvest or you keep on raising. So I believe that, say, yes, capital needs to be raised, but it should not be raised at any cost, or it's you should not, your operations and your day-to-day operations should not be dependent on your raise, correct? Then you are under tremendous pressure. Like, say, if I had been in a situation where I know if I don't raise the capital in the next 3 months, I'll go out of the business. So I think those scenarios I don't want to build up. Yeah, as a founder, I try to be on on my mark when I'm spending, when I'm defining my growth goals or things. I want to say you can't be right every time, but yes, I try to see that if I'm spending, that spending should increase my business, enhance my business.
All right. So, what are the challenges you've faced while you've pitched to investors, and how have you made sure that they are convinced to invest into your business?
So I think when we go and speak to investors, we have pitched. There are a lot of investors who will not like. Everyone has their own mindset. Own. Yeah, I'll not say that it's a rejection or something. I think people should not take it as rejection. Someone will like your idea. Someone will not like. Some will. You may not have reached at that right time also. So it all matters, correct? So I think I have not taken that into any negative. Yeah. So I always thought it's a good yeah. And it's always a good learning with every investor pitch. I've learned something new, that okay, this is what I have to do, because while they're asking the questions, I'm also noting down, okay, this is there, this is not there. There were times where we didn't had those solutions. We didn't had those processes inbuilt, and I think certain things, certain data rooms, certain data pointers. So I think I take this in a very very positive way and built up onto it. So never felt very bad about it. People who have been with us, I value them. I got them on board yeah, through networks, through direct pitches. They have come on board, and we are happy that they are there with us. And through them also, we have opened up multiple networks through whom a lot of people have come. So it is like that. Say you get one, and then you get two more. So it's like that scenario with us, which has happened so far. Uh, uh, Yes, we are building up to raise a bigger round at in the upcoming months. So we are getting geared up for that, getting ourselves ready in terms of our structuring, our due diligence. When people come, they should find everything in yeah, so
In place,
everything
yeah.
in place. That's it. I think when you are clean, your processes, your things are clean. When people come, they'll invest in you. Correct. So I think. And even if they don't invest, so they will like that, yes. So we have seen people who didn't invest with us, and then today when we meet them, and ये बोले, they say यार कर लेते तो अच्छा रहता था. So I think you feel good about that also, that yes, yeah. So but I never had hard feelings that okay, this people rejected me, it's not good, and yeah, I don't feel that. So I think because you never know, because tomorrow when you like end up this journey, you start something new, something, yeah, they may come into picture, correct? They
Again,
have
relationships.
yes,
It's a
in
matter of
relationship.
relationships.
So I think that's how we have people who have reinvested, who have invested. Now they are again partnering with us in the further rounds. Also they are investing. So I think that's typically, yeah. But I think we are trying to build up our processes strong, and you as a startup, it's not, you don't know everything, correct? So we are learning. So I think that learning curve is on the upper side, and I think till that is on the upper side, I don't have any issue into it. And as I told that I don't want to build up a capital hungry model. Want to build up a profitable and a good business, which gives back to not only the investors, it gives back to its team members, it gives back to the merchants, it gives back to everyone. I think that's our philosophy of building it. We succeed, we fail, I think it doesn't matter to us. Till we are working, we will work in a very good ethical way.
Hmm. Got it. Got it. Very interesting. Okay, we'll move to the last bit of this conversation, right? So there's a rapid fire round. Okay, so be quick, be rapid. The first question is your number one business lesson that you've learned from Virendra Sehwag.
Be humble and
वो तो
be
आपका खुद का lesson है.
no, no, be grounded. I think I've not seen. I've met say at his level, at his when you have that celebrity tagged yourself and being so grounded. I think it's a thing to learn, and I think it's not that, say, you have that lesson is one thing, but keep on learning, keep on doing it, and you're growing. I think it's a continuous thing. It's a continuous practice. It's not that you will be humble one day and next day you will become arrogant, and then next day, yeah, it's not that. It's a complete continuous practice you have to do. And I'm really amazed the way
You
he's
interact with him regularly or what?
yeah, we have been interacting regularly of late.
Hmm.
But yes,
Does he give any inputs on the business?
he is free. He adds value to what he is doing it. So he did it in a very good perspective. Like while shooting, also he himself, like, he didn't like the shot. He used to say, no, 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 isko वापस से करते हैं, because I want to do it in a yeah. So as a celebrity, if you see, he's not bothered whether it is yeah, he recorded and went. He didn't do that.
But he's an investor also, so
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
going to make
So
sure that
yes,
the
yes,
output is
yes,
coming well.
yes, yes. So he did re-recordings. He gave extra time to do that. So I think that humbleness, you have to be. I think it's a learning from him.
Got it. Second question, most boring and exciting part of fintech as a sector?
Uh,
Not of your business, just as a sector, आपको क्या लगता है? एक
Yes,
boring and one exciting part.
say exciting. Say payments is a never-ending love story. It's ever-changing every day. It's the same girlfriend is a
Your
new one
wife.
every day. But I think sometimes I think you feel
Bored of
because
that
bored of
girlfriend.
it, because you are not able to give time to your family any time. Like there's no time, correct? So like I'll give you an example of Dhanteras is a one of the biggest festival for us, correct? Diwali celebration, बट दिवाली हमारे लिए सबसे ज़्यादा ट्रांजेक्शन टाइम होता है, तो हमको उसमें उतना टाइम देना पड़ता है चीज़ें. समटाइम्स एट द वेरी बॉटम एंड ऑफ योर हर्ट यू फील, नहीं यार, ये नहीं करते तो शायद कुछ और कर लेते, तो एटलीस्ट फैमिली को टाइम दे सकते थे. सो आई थिंक दैट्स द ओनली थिंग. रेस्ट ऑल इट्स ऑल गुड.
Okay. Last one. One top tip to your new first time founders. Any new first time founder you meet, number one tip.
I think the number one tip, what I have learned is that, say, do whatever you want to do it freely. Correct. So follow your heart, follow your intuitions, and do it in a best way. Do it passionately. Whatever you are doing, and don't bother about the valuations, or don't bother about, say. I think of late I've seen that people tag you that because of how much funds you have raised, what is your valuation and all about,
Yeah.
correct? So I feel that people should not look into it. Yeah, you are running a company, you are running your own company. Nothing can be bigger than this, and you should have full respect for yourself that you have done this. Rather than thinking how much funds you have raised and what people think about
I
you.
think वो
And
race में लग जाते हैं. After
I don't feel
starting,
yeah,
people
I
really get
think
into that race
I
that,
think they
okay,
should not
you
be
know,
even thinking about
my
it.
competitors have already raised $5
यू
million.
हैव योर ओन कंपनी, यू आर द फाउंडर ऑफ द कंपनी. आपने इससे अच्छी चीज़ कुछ हो ही नहीं सकती है. ये फीलिंग ही अपने आप में, आई थिंक इट इज़ द बेस्ट फीलिंग यू कैन हैव. आई थिंक इससे ऊपर कुछ और है ही नहीं. आई थिंक येस, एंड दिस आर ऑल बाई प्रोडक्ट्स. Valuation, funding, fundraise, number of people, markets, all this, these are all byproducts. I think if you're होगा होगा, नहीं होगा नहीं होगा, नहीं हुआ तो भी क्या, मतलब ये आपको जो करना था आपने किया, दिल खोल के किया. एट द एंड ऑफ द ईयर 20 साल बाद में आप कहीं पे बैठे होंगे, यू विल नॉट रिग्रेट दैट मैंने वो अटेम्प्ट नहीं लिया था, मैंने किया नहीं था, मैंने शिद्दत से किया. हुआ तो हुआ, नहीं हुआ तो नहीं हुआ, ठीक है.
Hmm. Very, very fearless attitude that is, and that's how it should be actually, without thinking about all these
Yeah,
numbers, the
yeah.
game, etc. that you want to.
Otherwise, you will not be able to move ahead. People will have barriers every day. They will keep on humiliating you. That अरे आपका फंड रेज नहीं हुआ, आपका ये नहीं हुआ, आपकी वैल्यूएशन यहाँ है, उसकी वहाँ है, ये. इवन द इन्वेस्टर्स इन द बोर्ड मीटिंग्स इन द थिंग्स विल कीप ऑन आस्किंग यू द सेम थिंग. उसका इतना बढ़ रहा है, आपका क्यों नहीं हो रहा, वो वहाँ क्या कर रहे हो, वो अपने टाइम जोन में काम कर रहा है, आप अपने टाइम जोन में काम कर रहे हो. एंड आई थिंक यू कैन डू वट बेस्ट you can do, correct? So and I think that should be the attitude of any entrepreneur, any founder, that do the way you want to do
But
it. And
yeah, how do you tackle that? Sorry, I'm going off the rapid fire, but very interesting point that you said. कि investor board meeting में भी पूछेंगे But how do you tackle that? As a founder, you have to be very firm, right? You have to be very strong कि नहीं ये मेरा बेटा है, मेरे को मालूम है how to train him, how to guide him, etc. You have invested, you better guide rather than instructing what to do. So ये situation को how do you handle this when an investor, because there have been so many cases, right? We keep on reading that when an institutional investor comes on the board, there's a lot of power in his hand, a lot of dominance that can happen. I'm not saying everyone is the same, but it can happen, and we've read about that. How does a founder remain firm?
See, if you have the gut feeling, you've say the as I told that, say if you're building your business with that intent that it is profitable and you're not dependent on anyone, and you're not yeah, if you're running your business smoothly, then nobody can push you. Correct. I think people will start pushing you if your numbers are not good. You're burning too much money. I'm not saying the companies are bad who are burning money, but I think I think you will if you have that requirement of capital every now and then I think you are dependent on people. Correct. Then they will start riding you the way they want to ride. Yeah. But I'm very fortunate that none of our investors have been like that. They all have been strategic. They have been all good. Yeah. They all also participate in the business. They help us, and yeah, and with the mindset that yes, they have invested, and they're held to help us rather than pushing us to the boundaries which are not relevant for us.
Hmm. Okay, fair enough. My last question: what is your vision for Getipay for the next 5 years?
See, I want to. I think I don't put numbers for 4 years, 5 years down the line. So I think one target for myself is very simple. I want to get up with the same adrenaline rush, same eagerness, same confidence, and same passion down the line 5 years also. When I wake up and I want to do the business, I want to do the same way I want to do it. I'm doing now.
Any plans of new business now after
So I
three
think byproducts of Getipay, yes, will keep on coming. We keep on doing
as a
it.
new business?
Yeah, as a new business, new entities within the same fraternity. But I think right now there's nothing in mind other than Getipay. Getipay is the only thing which is only ship I'm riding now, and I want to take it to the shores. Yeah, but yes, the goal is very simple. Be passionate, be enjoying whatever I'm doing today. I'm very excited about every day when I get up. I want to go to the office and I want to work, and I think down the line 5 years, 10 years, whatever time, and I'll rather say why 5, 10 years till the last breathe. I should be doing the same way, and if I'm able to do that, I'm very happy with it. What I've achieved.
Very interesting perspective. I think thank you, thanks a lot, Praveen bhai, to come on this show, because it filled a lot of humility in the way you have said all these things. It gave a lot of perspective and retrospection to me also in my journey, how also I need to improve, I need to learn as an entrepreneur, as a founder, how I can guide the startups in a much more better manner. With this one vision question also, I think every founder that I ask this, it's my one constant question to every founder is, but everyone has the vision about numbers, and it is a fresh breath of air that you had something which is not attached to numbers. It is not a materialistic kind of a goal for Getipay, but it is more like what you want to do, in a non-quantitative manner or a qualitative vision, so to say, right? So, I think that's really wonderful to hear from someone like you.
Yeah, numbers will always be there, correct? So, as a founder, as a company, numbers will always be there. But I think there should be a perspective about yourself also. What exactly you want to do it, correct? So, I think that is very important. And second, so I think you said Praveen Bhai, correct? So that Bhai word sums up all everything, correct? in a second meeting, if you can say someone bhai, and have that kind of a relationship bonding. And I think that's what I want to take it from this, that say, coming here all the way, I didn't come for this podcast, I came for you. The way we met, and then when you approached, and I think I wanted to do it for you, and very very privileged that I want to take this to a more long lasting relationship from here, building up onto it. And I think if we can touch base frequently, work onto certain things, common goals, common things which can help the ecosystem, or yeah, without any financial interest also. But yes, if we can help and support the ecosystem, who has which has given us everything, whatever we are because of this ecosystem. People have helped us, I think. Yeah. And same way, if we can help and support people, I think I'll be more than happy of. Yeah. I will rather say thank you for inviting, and for having such a wonderful session with you, such interaction. I don't talk much about myself in this manner, but I think you got the best out of me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Praveen bhai,
Thanks,
for
yeah.
being here.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks a
Thanks,
lot.
yeah.